What's up?
What's going, man?
Hey, another episode of Two Guys in the Rear. Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, the king of all beers. Welcome to Big Boy Live. We're going to talk about this fight. What do you think about it?
I think Mike Tyson's still kicking ass today.
Yeah, he really showcased a lot of hackers. He came in there for playing.
Came in there like he used to. A man on a mission to take somebody's head off.
Yeah, that thing, well, and Roy Jones Jr., he still kept with the same kind of boxing style flair like he did back in his
Stick
prime.
and move, hop around all over the place,
Right.
quick jabs. Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. I told you earlier, there's two different styles of boxing there.
Yeah, but I think one style won. I really think Mike won that fight. And Roy Jones Jr. They got the draw because it was in California and it was supposed to be a
Expedition match.
Yes.
But one thing I have to say, Mike Tyson, for being how old he is, the dude was in shape.
Dude's an animal.
54 years old, 220 pounds, looked like just straight muscle on him.
He's a beast, man, and he's been coming back for this past year. Dropped 100 pounds.
Then you got Roy Jones, 51, at 210 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell the age on him, too. But if you look at the resume of these boxers, I mean, Roy Jones Jr. is the only boxer with a 100-year history to be a middleweight and become a heavyweight champion.
Yes.
Mike Tyson is the youngest heavyweight champion ever. And what was impressive is like both of their records, over half of their wins were all knockouts.
Between the two of them, they had over 110 knockouts.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it was 101.
I think
I know I was drinking that night.
Well, I think we were all were. I think Mike Tyson had a record like was it 59 and 6 losses and 44 KOs.
Mm-hmm. 22 of them were within the first round. That's a lot of people getting pissed off. You pay that fucking $50 to watch the fight, and then one round it's over.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to think back when he fought.
Right.
Nowadays, pay-per-views cost more than they did back then.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, we got a deal on this fight, $50.
You know the thing about it, though, is like, people don't talk about boxing like they used to. I mean, yeah, you got like Deontay Wilder and a few other, people out there that are fighting now, but it's not like the way it was. Because back in the day, you couldn't, it was one of those kind of things like, here, such and such is fighting. Oh, shoot, Mike Tyson's fighting. Oh, shoot, Evander Holyfield's fighting, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was like excitement. So I was like watching, like back when the Bulls were playing with Michael Jordan. You just couldn't wait to see that match. And now, like you said earlier, MMA is kind of like taking over in a way. Even though I don't really watch MMA like that, but it's more excitement in MMA than boxing.
Oh, yes and no. I mean, a lot of people don't, when you get into MMA, a lot of people are just fans, just Good Time Charlie fans. They want to see the guys get knocked out and shit like that, but they're not following it to watch the ground game and the jiu-jitsu, and that's where a lot of, Good Time Charlies get lost in it and don't want to watch it anymore, but there's a lot more technical shit to MMA.
Right, there's a lot of technical stuff.
There's a lot of technicalities to boxing, too.
No, one of the concerns that people talk about is the fact that with their age, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, and then say in the future, like other boxers just start to come out and to do this, is their health, are they going to care, or are they going to do extra precautionary things to limit the possible danger? Because a 50-year-old is not going to recover as fast as a 25 5-year-old boxer.
Well, they're not, but look at it like this. You grew up and you made your life fighting people in a ring, and now that you're supposed to be retired, are you gonna, how do you tell them you can't do that anymore? Mike Tyson, you could have walked into the gym and handed him a piece of paper proving that he was going to come out of this fight changed and different because he got hit in the head and he would have still went in that fucking ring.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast. That's who they are. That's what they're going to be till the day somebody puts them in the ground.
And do you think this is a possible invitation to other fighters come back out? Like, right, for instance, and that just throwing names out there, like Evander Holyfield, or Lennox Lewis, or even like Oscar De La Hoya, or either Hector Camacho, or either like Sugar Ray Leonard, or either, just...
I really do. Because these guys love boxing. They love getting in the ring. And they just watch two guys get in there.
Even Sugar Ray Leonard still boxes to this day.
Yeah.
Every day. Because that's what he knows. It's like he's himself in shape.
Well, think about it. And this is something Mike Tyson said he wants to do. He wants to go around, bring out legends, and let them do their thing again. And he wants to do it for charity. And that's the best thing you can ask for. I mean, think about it. He wants to be a charitable person, but boxing is the only thing he knows.
Right.
Sure, he's getting into weed farming and stuff like that, but the dude is he's a professional boxer. He's the best there. I think personally he's the best there ever was.
Well, like, for instance, I saw this on Facebook, and I'm going to bring it up. And it was about Mike Tyson, right? So it said here, this is for everyone that was complaining and moaning about the fight last night. Mike Tyson is 54 years old. He lost 100 pounds. He was overweight this time last year, suffering from depression. This is how Mike looked last night, as you can tell. Majorly in shape. And then Mike recently expressed that he has felt suicidal thoughts at times about boxing. So depression, that's a real thing. That is a real thing.
Maybe this is what he needed to come out of. I mean, he was happy, smiling, having a great time last night. Or not, was it last night?
Yeah.
And both on together.
You're right. But
So they wanted to...
yeah. But people are suffering from this every day, It's also here that it's not the fame. Mike doesn't care about that. It's not about the money. Mike owns a cannabis business that's $500,000 per month in revenues and expanding his business. He runs highly successful podcasts backed by major sponsors, and Mike has earned millions of dollars from movies. In a sense of purpose, Mike went 8 rounds last night. He was not winded. Roy Jones was winded. But at the end of the fight, because boxing gives him life, the judges called this fight a draw when Mike was cleared in the winner. Mike was not upset, but he felt alive. This is the important part. We don't know the demons that others are fighting or battling. It's not normal for 50-year-old men to enter a ring, but boxing is what brings Mike to a sense of peace, purpose, and happiness that he should continue to box for as long as he has the ability to do so.
I agree with that 100%.
It's very...
100%.
Yeah. So, like I said, you don't know. I mean, you don't know what people are going through. And this is kind of like off the subject a little bit, but maybe what your niche is turning your niche is turning wrenches. That's what calms you down. That's what you like, to turn wrenches.
Sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, we've been through. I seen
MGNC, fucking wherever the hell it was.
But and like me, mine's is the cars too. Guns and financial stuff, this market stuff. But everyone has their own niche that makes them relieve them.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to admit, but the biggest thing was the Jake Paul and Nate Robinson fight.
Oh.
Now, let's talk about this Jake Paul and Nate Robinson.
I don't think Nate knew what the fuck he was getting into. I really don't.
I think maybe he just thought that it'd be easy. Now, granted, Jake Paul only had one win, you know, but I'm pretty sure Jake Paul trained a lot longer and a lot more
Well, you
than
gotta
what.
think Jake's been training since his last fight.
Yeah.
He's been training since before his last fight. And he's stressed that this is something he wants to get into. Like, really, really bad.
So let's look at the background of Jake Paul. Jake Paul's a YouTube star. Apparently he's a musical artist, which I didn't know that.
I mean, he probably plays music I don't listen to.
And he's a professional boxer.
Yeah, but can you call him a professional if he hasn't really fought a professional yet?
No, yeah, you probably can't.
Like, granted, he's good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he got some skills.
He hasn't fought a real boxer yet. Both of his fights have been grudge matches against other people.
He only fought one time. You got Nate Robinson, 10-year NBA basketball player, a 3-time slam dunk champion, a college football standout, track athlete, and he came in there. He wanted to prove that he is one of the most athletic people in the world.
And he went to sleep
in the second round.
Took a nap.
And, I think that with that being said, he really showed an inexperience, and also he just showed he wasn't patient. He just went straight out there like just no kind of strategy, no kind of anything. Just went straight out there to start swinging and this and that, and then
that's what fucked him in the long run.
Right.
He went in there with the street fight mindset, and it's a boxing match.
Yeah, you gotta be. And he got knocked out. I mean, he went to sleep. And of course, with something like that, being way society is today, and the social media and all this stuff, they took that to they really they making Nate Robinson look bad.
Oh man, it's rough. Jake Paul wearing his jersey on fucking Instagram and all that shit.
And the memes out there are crazy, man. Like,
oh man, these fucking guys are artists making this shit.
Dude, I seen one. Like I was telling you about it when I seen earlier. They cut Nate Robinson out and left in the back of the ring while Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fired, and they said, I can't believe they left him in there.
I saw one today. It was a military barracks, and it says where PFC Robinson at, and he's laying in the barracks asleep.
Oh man, I seen of course, like the old Boys in the Hood movie where they showed one where they're like, hey guys, you want to see a dead body? And they had him laying there.
Oh, good shit.
There's another one that scene where it showed him laying on the mat, and it had pictures of like civil rights leaders looking down at him, like showed Martin Luther King had his head down. It showed Rosa Parks and all these people.
Yeah.
Man, it's funny, but it's not funny that people capitalize on your lowest points and your inexperience. And
that's America for you.
That sure is.
That's the internet in general, and he can't let it get to him. He's got to wake up, and get back
Right.
after it, and come back and
Exactly.
give Nate Paul a run for his money.
So with that being said,
I said Nate Paul. Man, I fucked that up.
Julie, drink it. We had one beer, man.
I know. Good God, I'm a lightweight today.
So basically, we're gonna start something new in this two guys in the beer, the rating scale. So what is your rating scale on the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight from 1 to 10? As being 10 beers or down to 1 beer?
You're talking about what do you mean? Am I rating it on its entertainment value? Its
entertainment, skills, and popularity. There we go.
So, here we go. I'm going to give it a 10. You know why? This is Mike fucking Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. How often do you get a chance to see those two fucking men get in a ring together and throw fucking hands at each other.
Well, it's one of those. It's one of those matches where those dream matches where it was talked about, but
15 years I've been wanting to see Mike Tyson fight again. 15 fucking years.
I want to see Mike. I wouldn't mind seeing Mike Tyson fight Butterbean.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! You know how fucking awesome that'd be.
That'd be crazy.
But Butterbean's an old man. He was an old man back when he beat the fuck out of Johnny Knoxville and Jackass.
But he's done it all too. He's done the knockout boxing, MMA style boxing. He does that all. So
what would have been good is if Kimbo Slice was still alive. Now that would have been something to fucking see.
yeah.
Tyson and Kimbo.
So how about as far as skill set in a fight? Where you rate that at?
Did you see Tyson? How he went down and tried to bring that fucking uppercut from hell.
Yeah.
Some of the power of the devil to bring it up to somebody's chin and just remove their head from their fucking body. That dude has still got skill.
Yeah.
He has still got skill.
And then the last one, popularity or anticipation of it. What do you give it?
Man, honestly, an 8. Because there are a lot of fucking douchebags out there that didn't even see it. They're all fucking, you're gonna hurt yourself. Nah, fuck that. It's Mike Tyson doing what the fuck he loves to do in a damn ring with another man who is doing what he loves to do. That was incredible. Personally, I give it a 10.
10. So you get a 3 10s.
Fuck yeah, man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give it as far as skill set, I give it about a 10. As far as the skill set playing Mike Tyson, a 10. The skill set playing Roy Jones Jr., I have to say about 7.
Well, yeah, because he was prepared, but
he wasn't prepared. The popular anticipation of the fight, I have to give it a 10 too. Because it's like, oh, snap, you got 2 different styles of boxing. You got, and of course, Mike Tyson, he said 15 years between his last fight.
It was.
And it was only 2 years for Roy Jones.
Think about this, when did you graduate high school?
04.
So, almost as long as it's been since Mike Tyson fought last.
Yeah. Now, Jake Paul and Nate Robinson, where you rate that fight? We're just going to go across the board, straight shot on that one, because you really can't give it a skill set, because popularity.
Well, popularity, if you think about it, Jake Paul has how many followers?
Yes. So the popularity in the YouTube world of him being, oh, so that's Jake Paul. I said thinking. Yeah. So I get that fight about a 7.5.
I'd have to agree. Yeah, I could go with that. But I mean, still, you got a guy who's wanting to make something of himself in this boxing world, and then another guy who just wanted to do it to try and prove that he's a superior athlete. It was kind of a dog and pony show kind of deal.
Now, Bobo Jack and McIntyre Blake. I have to say, I think McIntyre came in there kind of cocky and thought it was going to be because of his size and stuff, that he was just going to come in there and just.
Yeah, but old Jack boxed his fucking head off.
But
man.
Jack, he stayed calm and collected. He kept the same. He was choosing his fights, choosing his punches, and they were all like he was doing it good.
He was. And you see him get hit in the face.
Yeah.
He did not close his eyes. No. He was ready for it.
And it
counteracted every fucking time.
It went the distance too. All these fights went the distance so far, except for the.
Well, the first one was a TKO as well.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it was deep into the fight, but it was still a technical knockout.
But they did say that.
I'm pretty sure he broke a rib.
But they did say Blake was only fired to actually go the distance with Bobo Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you a lot right there that Jack's not someone he doesn't.
The man's been at it a long time.
Well, also they said too that they said 8 rounds. That's like a relief to Bobo because he can just go the full 12 rounds and not be tired. But I thought as far as
that was more of an exhibition match than anything,
right? So, like I said, I give that match a straight 10 for Jack because Jack showed great boxing skills.
He came in showing a kid how to fucking do it real.
All right.
You know, Blake was younger and he was newer to boxing, and then Jack, he came in and just taught him a lesson.
All right.
Don't fuck with the old boys.
So what do you get? What's your rating on that fight?
I give that I give it a 10. I mean, I found it very entertaining and I enjoyed it and thought it was a really good fight. But I mean, like I said, not a lot of people don't follow boxing anymore. So popularity, let's be honest, how many people knew about those two before this
I never
fight?
heard of them. Then the first fight was between Jaden and Sagagua. I don't know. They're lightweight boxers.
Yeah.
And one of them was undefeated. And
He still is.
He still is. I mean, he went the distance. I think he knocked the other guy out. And
Once they got into the last half of the fight, that was Ortiz. Yeah, he started getting a little better. Started picking his shots a little
right.
better. I think that's part of his fucking gig, though, is to wear the other guy down and then come out a little fucking harder. But can we go ahead and address the elephant in the room?
What's that?
The fact that the referee for the Tyson fight's name was Corona.
That's kind of ironic.
Ironic? Almost as ironic as a 60-year-old fucking gangster rapper.
Oh, man. So, we're going to break right there on the end of Corona. All right, we're back. Now, the one thing that
You got some beer on your phone?
It's a prop. Be all right. What do you think about the whole production by itself, though? I thought, in my opinion, it was... There's nothing wrong with the musical appearances, but I thought they need to limit it down to, like, maybe 2 songs, because it was...
Yeah, it was becoming more of a concert for some of these guys, and more taken away from what it really was, a boxing match. Don't get me wrong, I think it was good what Mike Tyson had set up there, and it would be a lot better probably if there was a crowd, because without an audience, you're just singing in a room by yourself, and that's kind of awkward.
And then with all the, regulations and then all the stuff that's going on with this COVID stuff, you can't really have a crowd in there. You hear a lot of fake crowd noises, which is kind of like, but I think they could have, like I said, they could have lessened, I say 2 songs, so like 4 or 5 songs like they did.
But they're also trying to fill a time slot.
That's true.
And what happens if somebody gets knocked out in the first round? Well, there goes extra time.
Right.
You know, there's politics behind all this shit.
So yeah, see, artists were Wiz Khalifa. You had Snoop Dogg. Lil Wayne kind of he canceled.
Yeah, I know, that was kind of upsetting.
You had French Montana, Sway Lee.
Let's just call it out, man. That motherfucker, he sang that damn, the guy that sang the national anthem, he knocked it out of the fucking park. He did
That was
a pretty
Neo.
good job.
Neo sung the national anthem. He did a good job. Very good.
And he got to throw in his little Black Lives Matter thing without taking a knee or anything.
Right.
You know, he got up there, did the black fist. That's cool. All right, I got you. He knocked that fucking. He knocked it out of the park though.
Yeah.
Sang that motherfucker good.
And like I say, though, it was, as far as the presentation of the fight, they had Mario Lopez as a host. And you notice how during the whole fight they had that one ring announcer that was kind of like he tried,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the end of the when Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, they actually had Bruce Buffer out there.
How much do you think it cost him for that guy though?
It probably cost him a lot of money for Bruce Buffer to be out there.
That's why he only did one fight.
Our budget's only good for one fight, man.
But you got to think that Tyson,
But it did kind of give it did give that feel. Bruce Buffer being out there,
Mike Tyson doing his intro.
Yeah.
The shark stare down to the fucking ring in his short shorts. No swinging, no dancing, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just Tyson walking the fucking beat.
That's how he was. I mean, that's how
exactly how he was.
That's how he was. He never really was a showboat. kind of boxer come out there in his time frame. You know, he never was. He just came out there. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna knock you out in the first round, and then go home. You know what I'm saying? And then Roy Jones kind of always had a flair. You know.
Look at me, guys.
So in all, I mean, on this production of this Mike Tyson Thriller Fight League, do you think it's gonna take off?
I hope so. I really hope so. Because that's gonna open the door to a lot of older guys to come in and show that they're still something to be reckoned with, and Mike Tyson wanting to take this and do charitable work and help out the less fortunate.
And that's one of the biggest things. He wants to be more humanitarian.
And he's gonna do that by knocking people in the face. I love it. I love it. Could you ask for a better Mike Tyson?
Listen, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna help you out. But I'm gonna knock you in the face at the same time. So
I think it's a great thing.
It is. To do. So my co-host Don, I appreciate you having you here on this live podcast. Like I said, people, this is raw. This is real. Live. It ain't no studio. It's just two guys. This is wherever podcast. This thing is live, so it can relate to you and everyone else. You know, we're not no Joe Rogan. We're not no all these other big podcasts where you have $1 million or thousands and hundreds of $1,000s of studio equipment. It's just off a phone or a $25 microphone. Because we're real and we're saying what we know and we're getting our opinions.
Which is absolutely nothing.
No, that's true. So thanks for listening and have a great night.